Hi, I'm Taisha Bowden, and I'm responsible for the introduction and research portion of our project. I'll be discussing the article titled The Elements of a Professional Learning Community by Lily G. Jesse, published in 2007. I begin with the definition of a PLC, or a professional learning community, which is a group of educators who collaborate regularly to improve their teaching practices and enhance student learning. According to Lily G. Jesse, there are three important elements of a successful PLC, which is focused on learning, which is where focusing on students are actually learning and achieving rather than how the teacher is presenting the information. The second, collaborative culture, is working together collectively by sharing ideas and data while having mutual accountability by working together to improve teaching and learning. And the last is results oriented thinking, which is where the focus is on the results or evidence of student learning instead of focusing on what the teacher intends to do or their teaching strategies. The main message of this article is that professional learning communities can be a great tool for educators when formed and used properly, and also that combining the three elements collaborative culture, focus on learning, and results oriented thinking are needed to ensure a successful PLC. And also, they're having educators who are driven to ensure that students are learning and progressing as well as themselves, creates an effective PLC, which in return helps improve student performance. I believe the author presented great context on what makes up a good PLC and how implementing those things can benefit not only students but teachers as well. As the video continues, you'll hear more about PLCs and the significance of them from the rest of my group members.
Hello, I'm Kay Kinsella, and I will be talking about Article 1, Building a Professional Learning Community by Richard DeFore. The key ideas are superintendents face conflicting demands. Superintendents must navigate a compelling pressure of equality versus site autonomy, parent expectations versus budget constraints, and they are often torn between being a top-down leader or a collaborative facilitator. Secondly, they are rejecting the tyranny of the or will help them. DeFore draws from Built to Last by Collins and Porres, advocating for the genius of the and, meaning finding another way for both and not one or the other. They have to be a visionary leader, requiring defined clear goals while allowing for a site-specific creativity, and then finally a loose, tight leadership. Superintendents must be tight on their core values, purpose, and non-negotiables, but they should be loose on the implementation, letting school design their own plans within established boundaries. The strategies that he talks about are building a shared knowledge, constructive consensus, or constructing consensus, key expectation for all the schools, accountability through periodic reviews, and shared assumption driving the work. The main message of this article argues that the most effective way for superintendents to lead their district is embracing a loose, tight leadership model, balancing a clear direction with school level autonomy. His position on, on professional learning community frameworks as an essential strategy for improving student achievement and fostering sustainable school improvement.
Hi everyone, my name is Kelly Collins and I am doing Article 2, Do We Believe They Can Learn by Anthony Muhammad, published in September of 2007. In this article, Muhammad challenges educators to ask themselves a critical question. Do we truly believe that all students are capable of learning at higher levels? He argues that the answer to this question shapes everything we do in our schools and our classrooms. Muhammad introduces two types of school cultures. The fundamentalist culture blames students' background, behavior, or home life for their poor performances. In contrast to this, the transformational culture believes in student potential and takes collective responsibility for learning. He stresses that belief isn't just a nice idea, it's the foundation of effective teaching and the heart of strong professional learning communities, or PLCs. Without a shared belief in our students, we as educators, our collaboration and improvement efforts are going to fall short. Personally, this article made me reflect on how mindset impacts my expectations and my actions in the classroom. It reminded me that real change in education starts with us as educators, believing in every child and backing that belief with meaningful support. Garner said in 1988, fostering self-efficacy, helping people to believe in themselves, is one of a leader's highest duties. Adults, not the students, must change first if their schools are going to improve these outcomes.
I'll be talking about article number 3, the title being The Key to Improved Teaching and Learning. Research by Marzano and Hattie found that the most important factor in student success is the quality of instruction students receive every day. However, schools traditionally treat classrooms as isolated spaces, and improvement efforts tend to focus solely on individual teachers, ignoring the broader system. As W. Edwards Deming once said, put a good person in a bad system, and the system will win every time. Dr. Rick Dufour presents professional learning communities, or PLCs, as a powerful solution. In a PLC, educators work in collaborative teams to clarify what students must learn, design common assessments, and analyze results to improve instruction. This system helps ensure all students receive timely and consistent support. According to Dufour, what makes PLCs effective is that they provide teachers with evidence of what works, fostering peer accountability and growth at the district level. PLCs create a culture where schools collaborate and learn from one another. Ultimately, PLCs are the best strategy to have Ultimately, PLCs are the best strategy we have to achieve what Dufour calls more good teaching in more classrooms, more of the time.
Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a summary over Article 4, Teacher Collaboration in Raising Student Achievement by Tyrone L. Overson and Sandra Ritchie, which was published in 2007. The article highlights how Reynoldsburg Junior High School dramatically improved seventh grade math scores, jumping from 58% to 78% proficiency. Through collaborative teacher practices, the team developed and analyzed quarterly common assessments, used data to guide instructions, and implemented targeted interventions for not only struggling students, but average and advanced students. Their efforts earned them the SOAR Award for high progress. The author's main message is clear. When teachers work together with a shared focus on student learning, supported by data and reflection, student achievement rises. This aligns perfectly with the core values of the professional learning communities, which is shared responsibility, timely interventions, and continuous improvement. Personally, I was inspired by the team's no blame, no shame, and no excuses mindset. It reminded me of how powerful teacher collaboration can be when it is focused, reflective, and student centered. It reinforced my belief that PLCs aren't just a structure, they're a mindset for change and growth in education. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Cody Bird, and I am responsible for our works cited page and the conclusion of our project. So first, this is the works cited page, and is in order from the introduction going down to Article 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'll give you a second to look over that. Okay. And now for the conclusion of our project. So these are the conclusive remarks. In conclusion, PLC is a great community to be a part of to help build yourself into a successful educator. Using the 3 key points, focusing on learning, a collaborative culture, and results-oriented thinking, an educator can ensure they are pushing the correct materials to their students. Having a loose, tight atmosphere as a leader in a school is considered the best way to foster sustainable school improvement, and that is highlighted in Article 1. Article 2 suggests fundamentally shaping your school, while as adults shape the school as role models is a way to hugely improve production in the school. PLC as a whole is a huge factor in student growth. As Article 3 states, this implementation by teachers will give real-time data, multiple minds thinking at once, and guarantee support to all students. Article 4 gives real-world data from Reynoldsburg Junior High School showing how PLC has greatly grown their mathematics department. And I believe using all these strategies discussed, implementing PLC into your curriculum will help not only grow you as a successful educator, but will build growth in your school and will help it become a successful institution. I think PLC is a great way to use collaboration in learning and making sure students get everything when they come to school. And I think all of these articles that we discussed will help any educators whenever it comes to making sure students get everything they can get and making sure you're giving everything you can give to your students. I think the collaborative part is the best part of this because you get to not only use your mind but minds of your peers. So that is the conclusive remarks to our article.